Welcome to Scofield Farm. I'm Carice. I'm in Northern California. We are in Zone 9 and I am out in the garden. Hi, Sam. And we are, well, my husband is filling beer traps and I am doing a little bit of harvesting. Look at the lovely cosmos. I need to deadhead them a little bit so they keep producing. There we go. And my peas are producing. I'm gonna see if there's any that I need to harvest so that I keep them going for as long as they'll go here. It is usually pretty hot by now, but this is an unseasonably cooler year. So I should be able to get a few peas off this thing before it all decides to go. Like, look at that one. That one is pretty, pretty small still, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take a couple of these off. Here's one. I love snap peas. What else do we have? Those are almost ready, but not quite. Oh, I think we have some camouflaged in there. This one has quite a few on it. That is fun. And my sweet potatoes down here that I actually fed with fish emulsion greened right up. So they were happy about that little feeding. I'm gonna pop a couple of these off. I just love the purple flowers, don't you? Some of these are not quite ready, but the more you pick them, the more it encourages them to produce. So I do want to keep on picking them. And my kids come out here and they just go to town eating them right off the plant. That's pretty good for right now. All right, these peppers I fed the other day with fish emulsion as well, and they greened right up. I also actually ended up giving them some blood meal, which is very high nitrogen. I don't do that very often, but they were so yellow. I feel like some of the old wood chips got mixed in accidentally, so I feel like that was worth it. It really helped. And that's probably the only time I'll do that this season, because you don't want too much nitrogen. You just want to make sure it has enough. But yeah, they are already looking so much healthier. Something ate this. I think it went in and ate the roots or something, because it was vibrant like this one that's growing up. And that one right there is just gone. I have a replacement, so I'll probably do that, but oh, what a sad thing to come discover. Okay, I need to get my ties back out because this is falling over. But those are beautiful. This is from Black Cherry, and that's one of our favorite types of cherry tomatoes, but I just need to tie them up there. I really do need to harvest more leeks. I'm going through and trying to prune like the bottom suckers off of stuff. Even the cherry tomatoes I don't mind there being some extra branches, but I don't want it to be too crazy, especially since I have other things interplanted in here. Most of my onions did not do wonderful this year besides being spring onions, but these aren't too bad. They're bulbing up. And I kind of moved this stuff away from them so they bulb up better. That is going to be such a good tomato. Oh my gosh, it's called a jet setter. Oh, it looks so good. And that dill is fully blooming. I mean, dill and radish is blooming in the middle of my peppers, and well, that's just how it is. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see these. Yay! Did you see this? Oh, pretty. It's a beautiful morning. It's the next day. Same shirt because pre-shower. I have like a hodgepodge of things I need to do in my garden. Like, I was just watering out here by my little I don't know what I even call it. It's like kind of like a shade garden where I have my Japanese maple and my ginger and my one dahlia that has survived, my chickens. Watching the kids swim in the pool and just cleaning up a bit. I was really thankful yesterday that I had an extra acorn squash plant that I had not planted, because we found that one that was dead, that I think the roots were completely eaten by something, because it was big and thriving and then just dead. And when we pulled it up, there was like no roots anymore. It was kind of chewed through. So hopefully that other one survives whatever pest is doing that, since I planted it in the same spot. I'm gonna go check it a little bit. I'm also planning today to finish my mulching for preparing for the heat. It's supposed to finally get to triple digits this week. It has like held off for so long. This is the middle of June. We usually have a lot of triple digits even in May. So we have been pretty blessed with cooler weather this year. So I'm gonna work on that. My hubby did a ton of watering of my sunflowers on the perimeter of my garden, so I'm not gonna have to work on that. He did that last night. I checked strawberries. We basically had no strawberries. I did a thorough cleaning of the ones that were bug eaten a couple days ago, threw them to the chickens. So we have flowers. We have some like green ones that are growing. We also have a lot of runners. And then there's a lot of the dead leaves from winter underneath. So I think I'm gonna clean that bed out really well, because I feel like a lot of pincher bugs and roly-polies are hiding in those leaves and eating some of our ripe strawberries before we get to them. If there's an abundance of strawberries, it balances out, but if there's not, they get our harvest. So trying to think of what else. I've just got a lot of little piddly things to do out there. I would like to maybe harvest some more leeks. And oh, that's what I need to do. I need to tie up my tomatoes again. I started pruning them, like taking out the suckers and stuff. And some of them had suckers that already became a second main stem. So those I'm gonna leave, but some of them are kind of falling over a little bit on top, so I need to tie them better. So yeah, there's a lot of different fun garden-y chores to do, and everything's growing, and I will probably bring you out there with me to do a few more things. This is just a day and a half of just normal garden maintenance. I just fed a couple days ago this Dwarf Meyer lemon tree. It is, let's see, I think we planted it 4 years ago. It's pretty small. It is shaded a lot of the day by that guy. We need to cut it back because those mulberries produce a lot of shade and they spread every year. But I feel like it's doing well. It's greening up. There are a couple little tiny lemons. And I'm not in a hurry for it to produce a lot of fruit, because the one out front in the pot has a lot more fruit, but I just watered in some blood meal because it's high nitrogen. It helps green this thing up. We have done so much work on this tree kind of in a backwards fashion. It was the first citrus we planted here. We didn't amend the soil when we planted it. So we kind of had to go back and amend the soil later, dig down around it, amend deep, and then just keep giving it nitrogen, different things to fix the acid level since it is clay soil, deeply mulching. I actually need to mulch it again because it looks like the chickens came in here and scratched all of the wood chips, but it actually is doing really good compared to the past, so I'm pretty happy with it and just want to keep encouraging it to grow and mature. I don't need it to be tall. I wanted it to be dwarf. I just want it to eventually produce fruit. Okay, one garden chore I just did was in here, in my asparagus beds. I had them very deeply mulched, like not probably enough soil at all. So I topped them all off with several inches of soil, put the mulch back on top. I'm already super sweaty, but I think they'll be healthier. And I've got to show you my sunflower forest. It is about to bloom. Look. It is about to bloom. I'm so excited. This one got knocked over and broke off, but there's still some small blooms in it, but it's gonna have so many beautiful blossoms. And over here, the one in the smack middle of the path's about to bloom, the one in there. Oh, I'm gonna have so many sunflowers. So many. And then the ones on the fence are getting bigger. They're not quite as big because the volunteers seem to have deeper tap roots, but they are gonna get beautiful as well. My aunt went through and she counted all of her ripe tomatoes, and I am so tempted to do that, but I have so much other work to do. She has 200 ripe tomatoes in her garden. Well, no, that's not right. Right, unripe tomatoes. I don't think I have that many, but I'm so curious. But I have to do this other stuff, like this bed has got to be weeded. I'll show you. Maybe I shouldn't have the sprinkler on while I do this. But let me show you this. See how there's so many dead leaves and stuff down here? I feel like that's where the pill bugs and stuff are hiding, and I didn't get a chance to clean it up. So even though I did a lot of thinning of berries, and I probably should do more thinning of the plants, I've got to get some of this out and hopefully deal with the pill bug problem. I have my son deeply watering potatoes. I did a little check of those yellow potatoes over there, and they are not very big. So I want to give them more time. They are not ready. I think they just maybe weren't getting quite enough water, or a bug is messing with them. Okay, I'm down here in the strawberries. If you look, there is a lot. We're very crowded, and there's a lot of dead leaves from the winter that I never cleaned up. So I'm both going through and just like with my little claw gloves, grabbing out dead leaves, filling my bucket. And then I'm also thinning strawberries. Some I will transplant over by my pollinator garden and my blueberries, and some I'm going to give to my sister, and some I am selling as starts locally. I just have them way too crowded for good production. We had a great crop, but these are ever bearing. They should keep bearing all summer long if I can stop the runners, and if I can get them uncrowded and get them protected from the pest pressure, which the pests are sure enjoying a lot of berries too. And those partially eaten ones I always give to my chickens. But, oh, here, look, this is a really nice one. Perfect. Oh! I'm gonna eat it. 5-second rule, right? That's good. This is a runner. This is an example of a runner. See how the plant will like to send off like a new plant? If I let these run and they'll root down in the soil, but it'll also make them way more crowded, and it takes the energy from producing flowers and fruit like this into producing new plants. So I just pull them off. As I said, some I will plant, some I am just gonna put in the compost because I really have so many. Right here, this is an example of how much dead leaves from winter that I've got to get up. Feel that? So I just gotta get them out of there because the pill bugs, roly-polies, we call them roly-polies, and pincher bugs and that kind of stuff, they like to hide in here, and then they eat the berries. Leaves from the winter that I did not get cleaned up because I just ran out of time. So now is as good of a time as any, just to try to give less places for those bugs to hide. I mean, I didn't even tell you how much I thinned, and it still has so much. Like, too many. Like, too many. Ugh, too crowded. See, it sent runners. There's probably 7 or 8 plants right here. So I'm gonna try to gently pull some out so we can, well, that one I didn't do so gently, but here, I'll gently show another one. So we can transplant them and have strawberries more over by my blueberries. We only have a couple. And then that gives more room for nutrients so that it can, okay, that one didn't go so well either. It's right, because I have a lot of them. Okay, let's see. Let's find one that will come up. There are just way too many plants right here. Okay, this one, let's see if this one comes up. All right, that one. Okay, so see how there's roots? So this should actually transplant pretty easily. There's a lot of dead stuff on it, but these roots should help it transplant. So I'm just trying to thin. I'm not even thinning to what ideal amounts are. I'm just trying to thin a little bit since I know this is just way, way too crowded. Here's a couple more. We'll try to replant those. And then here, probably still way too close, but definitely better than it was. I got about 5 plants out of that area just now. That have roots are going to be replanted. Okay, I decided to feed my strawberry patch with fish emulsion because it did so good for the sweet potatoes and peppers, and I didn't put a compost layer on the strawberries this year, so I think this would be a good way to give them a little boost. All right, this is gonna probably be one of the last things I do out here because it is getting hot, I'm getting tired. I'm trying to just put the fish emulsion at the base of the plant so I don't make my strawberries taste like fish, because that would be very special. Anyway, this is definitely, it's something that you can put on to the foliage. You can actually spray leaves with fish emulsion. It will not hurt them. It's just gonna make everything smell and taste fishy for quite a while, which is why I'm trying to get it like way down below. Finishing up some mulching here. We put some over here and over under my loofah and my pumpkins that are over there. They're looking great, aren't they? I need to give you guys a garden tour again because everything is truly taking off. Ooh, those are spaghetti squash right there. I wonder if, looks like maybe got pollinated. Yay. Yeah, everything's taking off so great. I want to show you guys all around before it changes again. All right, just gonna do a tiny bit more mulching here. These tomatoes don't have any in it yet. Try to get so no soil is completely bare to the sunshine. And these wood chips have been sifted in just a, oh, look at that. Hi, Bee. They've been sifted in just chicken wire. Oh, let's get a little bit more, a little bit more. Oh, aren't those cosmos pretty? Those are gonna be nice. Look at those beautiful mini orange tomatoes. And these were just an extra plant that I stuck in a pot, and they're not doing too bad over there as well. Last thing I'm gonna do out here right now before I go in and shower and get ready for my day, it's already noon, is take out these cauliflowers, I think. Well, actually, maybe I'll give it a day or two. It's got a little bit of a head, but this one, well, maybe a tiny bit. Okay, maybe I won't take them out. This one's got a little head. So I will let them be a couple more days, but I'm going to cut out some of these chives to dehydrate because see how they're crowding this tomato instead of mulching it. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a trim, leave the flowers for the bees, and then I'm gonna be done here. Thank you for joining me today. These are chives. I'm gonna go put on the dehydrator and gave my tomatoes a little more room. Oh, gardening is so much work and it's also so awesome. I hope that you're enjoying your garden and your property and your backyard and the summertime. Happy planting, and I hope to see you again soon. By the way, if you enjoy my content, I would love to have you subscribe and you'll be notified about new videos. And also, if you would hit the like button, that helps other people find my channel as well. Thank you so much. Have a great day. My son came and planted a couple of these in for me. He didn't quite do what I wanted, but you know, hey, it works.